Well, if you're just joining us here now on France 24, the nation is paying tribute today to a fallen officer who sacrificed his life to help end a terror attack. That was last Friday in the southern French town of Trèbes, which is not far from the medieval city of Carcassonne. The officer was a 44-year-old named Arnaud Beltrame. He was killed after he exchanged his life. He took the place of a female hostage who was there, taken during that terror attack, and that made him the fourth victim of that shooting spree that ended with the attacker himself being shot dead by the police. Now, Beltrame, the officer, has been hailed as a hero for his actions. Today, he's getting a full honor ceremony here in Paris. What you're seeing right now on your screens are the images of the car that's holding his remains that was traveling through the streets of Paris, a car that left from outside the Pantheon Memorial in Paris, making its way there through the streets of Paris, along the quay of the Seine, getting a rare ringing of the bells from Notre Dame Cathedral in tribute to him as well. This is the Invalides Memorial in the 7th arrondissement of Paris. It's just alongside the Seine River, where that car and all of those motorcycles, the Republican Guard surrounding him, will be going into the center courtyard for a ceremony that will begin in about a half an hour from now, 11:30 a.m. French time. The president, French President Emmanuel Macron, will be giving a eulogy as well at that ceremony. Macron, of course, facing the first terror attack on his watch. Just to remind you, there have been 20 terror attacks here in France since 2014 of various degrees. But you do remember, of course, in November 2015, those horrific attacks here in Paris that left 130 people dead, the worst among all of them. Well, our colleague Nadia Mossi is inside the courtyard there that you can see of the Invalides, and she is now going to join us. Nadia, can you just talk us through a bit what's planned for this ceremony today?
Yes, Jeannie, the ceremony here due to begin behind me in around half an hour's time. Beltrame's coffin still winding its way through central Paris before it arrives here around 11:30. As you may be able to see behind me, the Gendarmerie Honour Guard getting ready to honour his body when it arrived. They've been practising here for the last half an hour or so. Some 200 of his colleagues from the Gendarmerie are here to pay tribute to him, as are members of the public in general, as well as his family. And the family of the 3 other people who lost their lives last week. Now, we know Emmanuel Macron will be giving a eulogy at some point this morning. We've been billed to say that it's going to be a relatively short, straightforward, sombre speech from the president. And the focus here will be to pay tribute to the life of Beltrame, a man who's been described here who dedicated his life to the military, to the army here in France, to the police service, doing a tour of Iraq for 2 years before coming back and working in the gendarmerie in the south of France. So that will be the focus of the tribute that Emmanuel Macron will give when the service here gets underway in around half an hour's time.